were mine. We played hide and seek for hours, raised our shadows among the pines. So offshore, playful and free, without a care in the world. I was one rich little girl, daydreamer, kidnap me, take me back.
Hi friends, welcome back to the homestead. If you're new here, my name is Lynn. Welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. We're trucking along with the Every Bit Counts challenge today, and I'm excited and a little bit nervous for what we're going to be doing today. We are going to be pressure canning, and I'm not going to be using my electric pressure canners. You know, I love them and I'm never giving them up. But there is one drawback to the electric pressure canner, and that is size and can't double stack. And I have a couple of big canning projects planned in the next couple of days, and I knew I wanted to be able to get them all done at once and have them on the shelves. So 4 jars got their pressure canners back in stock in May, I think is when I got this, around Mother's Day. So I picked up the new 4 jars pressure canner. This is massive. I used to have the Presto induction stove pressure canner, and that was 21 quart. I honestly don't know how many quarts this is. 23. One of the reasons I also felt comfortable about getting this is because I've said before in the past, pressure canning on a flat top stove is not impossible, but it's very difficult, which is why I got the electric pressure canners. But this is what made me feel better about possibly trying on the flat top again. 4 jars not only has the jiggler, which comes with a 10-pound, 5-pound by itself, and then if you add another one, you get 15 pounds. My elevation, all my pressure canning recipes are 10 pounds per pressure, so that's what I have on here for now. We will take this off for now though, because we don't want that on there when we start. But this is why. This gauge will let me know if I'm staying at 10 pounds per pressure, and the jiggler will too. So that's what made me feel better about getting a traditional pressure canner again. It's very substantial. I also have the water in it already, just because the book says 2 inches of water, and I'm like, well, how many cups is that? So I literally measured out the cups, and we measured it, and for this canner, it took 18 cups of water to get to it's 2 to 3 inches. So I have 2 inches in here right now. We're going to be pressure canning corn, and we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to try this with you all today, and let's see how it goes. It's been a while since I've done this kind of pressure canning, so hopefully I'm not too rusty. Before we get to the corn, I finally was able to get my last batch of basil through the freeze dryer. It was about a day late from the other one because something happened with the freeze dryer. It actually ended up being me, user error. I was a little bit nervous, but we got it all sorted out, so I ran it all last night. It is done, and we are going to get it all ground up because I'm hoping right now. So this was the first batch of basil we did, and this is the one I just took out of the freeze dryer. And I did freeze it, and it did not turn brown. It looks exactly like this one, so that's good. But I'm hoping if I grind it all up, I can get it all into one of these larger jars, so I don't have to have 2 jars on my shelf. Not that I would be upset to have those size jars ground up of basil on my shelf, but I don't think I will have to. So we're gonna get that all ground up so we can get that done and checked off my to-do list. So the one that I just took out is the one we're gonna start with. And I'm just gonna use my Ninja single serve blender to get this all ground up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit all that in there. That might have been too much. We will see. And yes, we're doing this over on my kitchen table because, well, the island is full. out amazing, and that was the stuff that was frozen. So because it went right into the freeze dryer, it did not turn brown. So that is good to know going forward. This funnel may be too big for that. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going till we get it all ground up, and then we can start the corn. Sorry for the noise, it's the wash machine. If it's not the freeze dryer, it's the wash machine. By the way, our heat wave finally broke yesterday. We went from 102 degrees Fahrenheit to 46 degrees this morning when I woke up. Like, that's a big drop. That was a little too cool. But during the day yesterday, it was stunning. It felt so nice. But by evening, I almost could have put a sweatshirt on. Like, it was that cool. But still no rain, but at least the heat broke, so that's great. So this is what I got. All that, and look at that color. I mean, that is just, this is why I love freeze drying the herbs, because the color they retain is insane. But, and I didn't mean that to rhyme. So yeah, so that is what we have, and that's a lot. I have this plus, where's my other one? This one that I filled up, and it's not, as you can see, this is the dehydrated from last year that I'm working through. What a difference in color, huh? It's crazy. But anyway, and this, if for some reason I don't get any more, but I think I'm gonna have at least one more freezer dry load of basil, which would probably finish filling this. That will take us through all the way until next summer. I also kept a little bit, like I could have ground this too, but I'm gonna try making soap that smells like basil. I love the smell of basil. I may be crazy, but I'm gonna try it. So I kept a little bit so we can try making soap with that later. So I took the air out of both of these with my little portable vacuum sealer, and we are all done with the basil, at least for today. Now we're gonna get started on the corn. In the past, I used this to take the kernels off the cob, and it works really well, but it gets really hard on my hands after a couple cobs. Like, my hands just do not like it. I also have another tool which I can't find anywhere. It kind of looks like a jar opener that you can use to take it off, but I had to put an order in to get some freeze dryer oil from Berry Hill, which is a company here in Canada, and there was a couple other things, and I needed one more thing to get the free shipping. I mean, the shipping was going to cost more, like ridiculous. So I'm like, well, there's got to be something. And this popped up. The corn cutter and creamer, it's called. It's made in the USA, which made me feel good because it's probably going to be a pretty quality product. And this was cheaper than the shipping would have been. So I added this, and we were going to try this today and see how this works. I have to read the bag because I don't think I have to do anything. I think it's the creamer. It just matters which way you're decobbing the corn. So we're going to try this today too. I'm also raw packing for a couple of reasons. One, it is so much quicker. There's no cooking the corn. You get the corn off the cob, you put it in the jar, you put some salt, some hot water, put your lids on, your rings, get it into the canner. Much quicker. And honestly, I find it retains its flavor and a little bit of the, it's not mushy. The corn doesn't turn out mushy. Whereas if you cook it and then can it, I find, which is what the raw pack or the hot pack method is. So raw pack is the way to go for this. It's much quicker. Okay. So yesterday, Grace and I went to Walmart and they had local corn for 24 cents an ear. I got 15, one ended up being yucky in the middle. It went to the chicken. So I have 14 here to do. I'm thinking 2 cobs per pint jar. So I have 7 jars ready. We'll see. That's what I'm thinking. Two of these will fit into 1 jar. It's beautiful corn. And the fact that it was local was awesome. And 24 cents an ear. Quite frankly, I kind of want to go back and get more. I didn't want it. They had lots, but I already had people giving me dirty looks just taking the 15 I did, even though there was like literally hundreds there. So that's just my wash machine. We have way too many appliances that sing around here. So we are going to, my plan is to put it all right into this pot. I got it all shucked. I should say David. David shucked this all for me. And we are going to check out this new tool. And this is something I have none left on my shelf. I have no canned corn other than 2 or 3 I bought just to get us through. So we need to get some canned, and we're gonna need to get a lot more too. So I just have to look at the back of this bag here. Okay. I can't figure out how to use this. I even tried to find videos. There's not a whole lot on there about it. I'm a visual learner, so I was hoping to find something. I'm gonna have to see if David can help me figure this out. So he's at work. I gotta get this corn going. So we're just gonna go use Old Faithful here. And hope my hands can hold up. Okay, so it's been a few minutes. You wouldn't know it because obviously for you it's just been a second. That really hurt my hands. I actually had to only do one at a time, take quite a few minute break before I could get the next one done. The last one really hurt. Had a good cry, not just because of the pain, but because I get so frustrated. My hands just won't do what I need them to do. I've been crocheting a lot too, getting ready for this craft fair that I'm in September. So my hands, I should have my compression gloves on, which I will put them on after I'm done canning today. But I just get so frustrated. They don't do what I want. And I'm also frustrated about that darn tool I bought because I feel like I'm stupid. Like, it's obviously simple. Why can't I figure it out? But anyway, I got it all done. There is some of it. I did start putting some in just so I could see how many jars I don't think I'm even gonna need 7. And at this point, I don't care. Whatever I get done today is great. And the next batch of corn, I'm gonna have someone else dekernel it for me. We wanna pack the kernels not real tight in there, just kind of loosely. So I started measuring, I find this is easier, especially, look, my hands are shaking right now because of the pain. We're just gonna do loosely 2 cups. It's not quite 2 cups. And I have some water that's already boiled. And I also started my pressure canner warming up because it is gonna be hot water going into these. So, I might need more than 7. I'm just gonna leave that because after I put the water in and debubble, I'll probably need to top a few off. I also need to add a teaspoon of salt. You can do up to a tablespoon. I just do a teaspoon of pink Himalayan sea salt. I guess it really depends on how salty you like your corn. This is not enough to can, so I'm actually just going to put this in the fridge. Here, and we will have that with supper tonight. Okay, just double check everybody again. Okay, that's better. So I have all 7 jars in the bottom of my canner. My canner the water was hot because the water in the jars was hot. What's great about 4 jars is they give you a second shelf. So you can do your double stacking, and I do have one in the bottom, and it is like this, not like this. It's upside down, which is what the book says. And it also comes with a canning kit. It comes with quite a few things, and I will leave my code right here, and you can get 10% off anything on their website, including this canner right now too. If you're interested, I will leave my code there with the link down below. We are going to get this on here, maybe. Okay, so then we click it. It has these grooves, so they just slide in. That was very easy. So we are going to bring this up to boil. And we want to see steam come out of this little valve here for 10 minutes straight. I don't know if you can see it, but we've got a pretty good stream of steam coming out of here now. So I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes. Okay, that's 10 minutes. Now we're going to put our jiggler on. Try to get it on here. Okay, And we want to see this jiggle and this to see 10 pounds. At the first starting of the rocking or the jiggling is when we start our processing time, which is 55 minutes for pint jars of corn. Now, depending on how much is in the canner, your type of stove, all those things, it varies when this could start rocking. It could start rocking in a couple of minutes. It could take several minutes. So don't panic if it's not rocking as soon as you put that on. It could take a few minutes. It's been 2 minutes, and I just wanted to show you my gauge has started to move. We are off the 0 and heading towards 5. 4 minutes in, and we are past the 5. But still no jiggling. 5 minutes exactly, and it just started jiggling, and we just reached the 10-pound mark. So now I'm going to put my timer on 55 minutes. And we obviously will have to lower the heat because that's going a little too much, so we're just going to lower it. I have it on 6 now. You want a steady rock, not head-banging rock. You want just a slow, easy rock. Okay, that's 55 minutes. We're gonna wait for the gauge to say 0. Take the lid off away from us. Let it sit for 5 minutes and get these on to the canning mat to sit for 24 hours, and we will deal with them tomorrow. See you back here tomorrow for every bit counts challenge. We're at 0, so I'm just gonna take the jiggler off. And we'll let that sit for a few more minutes.